What's going on, internet? It is your boy Eric Bandholz back again with another awesome episode from Beardbrand, and today I want to talk about how I deal with my beard patches. Okay, before we get into it, let's be clear. I'm not saying I have a patchy beard. I'm saying I've got a beard with some patches in it. And I think everyone's beard is a little bit different. Some guys have thick chin areas, some guys have thick sideburns, some guys have really thick beards all over. And the reality is, every single guy out there, or nearly every other guy out there, wishes there was something different about their beard. They wish it was a different color, or the waves were a little bit different, or probably most commonly that it came in thicker. But the reality is, your beard is your beard, and you've got to embrace your own beard. So I've kind of come to terms with my beard patches. Now, the first patches that you're going to see, which you probably won't ever see, are these two. See? Right around here. I wouldn't really call these beard patches because really, like, the normal beard pattern that I've seen in the majority of guys out there is that these areas come in a little bit thinner. Now, you know, Greg Berzinsky talked about how he'll cover it by kind of splaying out this middle part. I don't mess with that. What I do is I just grow a giant mustache, and it just goes over those patches. Don't even have to worry about it there. So that's how I deal with these patches. But even if my mustache wasn't that big, I really wouldn't be concerned with it because it's such a common pattern. So let's move to my beard patches where I am a little insecure with, and that's going to be my cheeks. And the cheeks come in okay, but the growth pattern and really the thickness, it's a little more patchy than I prefer, specifically my right side. So this is my bad side. If you ever see me photographing, I'm typically pushing this side out because it comes in a little fuller. But my predominant patch right here is right at my earlobe, right around here. It gets real thin. So I don't know if you guys can see this or not. But a lot of light will shine through. And what I found, the best techniques for this is to actually keep it a little bit shorter, keep it a little more well-groomed, because you'll notice what happens, now my beard's been growing untouched for about 5 months, is I get these waves going on there. And with these waves, what it almost does is it almost accents the patches. So if I can use like a boar's bristle brush, or if I can work a hair dryer to really try to bring it down straight and blow dry it into place, I found that that will help minimize the look of the patches. In addition to that, a really good tip I've also found is trying to carve my cheek line at a point where it's the thickest and the densest, and instead of doing what, let's say, Jeff Boncristiano will do and letting those grow naturally, I'll try to just kind of clean up these little edges here, and then that really, rather than kind of like a looseness, it shows a little bit of density there. So my personal strategy is, generally speaking, trim this up. But if you guys haven't realized this or not, I'm a low maintenance beard growing guy. I'm like a beard oil or utility balm type of guy. Hop out of the shower, apply that, maybe do a little bit of hair drying on my beard, a little bit here or there. But I'm not like a 10 minutes a day kind of guy. Now from there, a couple of other issues I have with my beard, which I'm really, again, because I'm a low maintenance guy, not the best at it, is like this area is kind of weird, and my beard tends to like curl under, and that's not really a patch, it's more of a beard wave. But a few things that I do is, like for instance today, what I'll do is I'll kind of fluff the beard out with the intention of separating and creating almost more curls in my beard. And by kind of fluffing it out, I'm separating the hairs and they can all lay on each other. And then I bring it in with my hands, just kind of low-key, and just try to shape it into place. So it's a little bit of that separation motion and then bringing it all down. So you're going to get a little more of that like Brillo pad type of texture, but it's going to increase the fullness, the density, rather than if I just let it air dry normally and I get these like wicked, you know, underneath my chin kind of curls that make my beard look very, very thin and not well kept. So another technique to think about that probably no one has ever talked about is actually not even thinking about your beard, and that's thinking about your hair. Because what you can do is you can draw people's eyes toward various parts of your face. And you can do that by like, you know, adding volume or having a pretty cool hairstyle, when then all of a sudden people's eyes are going to start to look up to it. And they're going to focus less on like these areas and this areas. Or for instance, what I like to do is I have a really big mustache. So because I have a big, thick mustache, it draws a lot of people to the center of my face. And the center of my face is really like the highlight, and it's the best part of my beard. So what I don't really want to do is ever do like a mutton chop or probably like an Amish beard where you shave off the mustache, because that would really start to draw people to my weaker portions. And that saying of grow what you got is really conducive to growing your beard to its best attributes. So again, if you have a really, really, really patchy cheek, or if you have a really, really patchy mustache, it's going to make sense to keep it short, you know, and to rock the scruff at that length, and then grow out what really grows well. So if you got a thick chin, grow that out, grow out the goatee. If you got big mustache, grow that out. And of course, do it to the confidence and the level that you want. Like let's say you can only grow out a giant mustache, but you hate the look of mustache, then don't grow out a mustache. So to wrap up, my top tips for dealing with my beard patches are, first of all, embrace them, know what you got, be real with it, grow what you got, focus on what you got, direct the eye towards your strength parts, not your weak parts, and then you're going to want to think about how you can draw the eye to different locations, like your head, or maybe you grow really long hair, and if you grow long hair, your hair is going to blend in with your beard and it's going to cover a lot of the thinness or the patchiness that you may have. And then finally, it is about styling and grooming it and taking care of it. That means keeping it trimmed appropriately. It means, you know, using a hair dryer or fluffing it up or using a boar's bristle brush or whatever your technique is to really maximize how well kept the beard looks and how presentable it looks. So as always, guys, I appreciate the views. Cheers. Keep on growing. Now that you've made it to the end of the video, go ahead and treat yourself to some fine Beardbrand products over on our shop. If you're not already a subscriber, be sure to do that. And finally, keep on watching some more of our awesome videos.